Hi, in this video I want to show you a very common problem with the electronics for Saeco and how you can repair. It's easy repair. So if your machine, when you switch it on, there is nothing on the display, no power to the electronics. One of the main problems with this defect is when the transformer of the electronics is not working. So if your machine doesn't start when you turn on the switch for power for the machine and nothing happens here, one of the reasons is this transformer is not working. So to be sure to go to the electronic and see if this works, first you have to be sure that you have power from your cable that goes inside the machine here in this anti-disturb filter. Then you have to be sure your switch is working properly, because if you have leaks here, as you can see here from the boiler, your switch can be a problem also. Then you have to know this switch for the door also cut the electricity to your electronics, so you have to check also this. And you can do it very quickly. As you can see, I remove the cables of the electronics and I put numbers on every connector, so I know very fast how to put it back. So the electronic, the power for the electronics are these two. You can see these two cables. These two cables goes. Let me show you. Here on the machine, you can check the fuse also, but now we remove the electronic, and these two cables are giving power to the electronics. So one of the cable, you can see, goes directly to the anti-disturb filter. And also when I check the machine, I saw mouse eat the cable, so I have to replace also this cable, because it's 230 volts and it's good to replace it. So if you see something like this, you replace it or make sure there is no contact here. So if you take your multimeter, turn it on and put it on this sound, you have to go one of the pins of the power cable, so it's difficult to do it. Let me show you. One of the cables, of two cables that supply power to the main board, and you have to touch one of the pins here, and that means that the all cables from this cable to the electronics, you have a power. You touch the other one also, and if you have a sound, your cables and switches on the machine are working. So the problem is in your electronics. So I actually replace the transformer, and I don't know if you can see, this is the back of the transformer. Here you can see a crack, and this crack separate the coil and the wires inside and stop giving power to your electronics. So this may occur in the different way. So when the machine is cold, this crack close and you have power to your machine. And if you use it for half an hour or an hour, this get warmer and disconnect the machine, and the machine stop working. When the machine start to get colder, you have also a power again. So if you have this problem, you have to remove the transformer and to see if there is a crack. The problem is here, because let me show you now. This transformer doesn't work, but now it's working. Let me show you. No, a few minutes ago it was working. Okay, this one is working, see, but this one doesn't. But sometime when you move it, or if I hit this, it may start working. But this one is made February 2001. If you can see here, it's 17 years old, so it's normal to stop working. And if you have to replace this, I also recommend to replace this capacitor here and the small one. They also give problems sometimes, and they're good to be replaced after 10 years of work. It's normal to replace them, and the electronics will work perfectly. So this is a big problem, and it can focus here, but it's a 9-volt transformer from 230 to 9 volts. So you have to find the same part. And this is one of the easiest repairs. You can repair it yourself. You have screws here on the electronics, and when you remove these screws, there are 5 screws, you have to lift the electronics this way, because you have few layers of electronics and they are connected by these brass pins. So you have to push the electronics this way. And this is how to check and replace your transformer. Bye.